Hi, I'm John Brogden, the patron of the Kookaburra Kids Foundation. Millions of Australians are affected by mental illness, and because there's still a stigma attached, adults often find it hard to talk to children. Consequently, children may be overlooked. We estimate that in New South Wales alone there are 340,000 children living with a mentally ill family member. Often these kids are the primary carers for an adult with mental illness. Life for those kids is pretty tough. The Kookaburra Kids Foundation offers these kids a brighter future. I hope you can help us. Here's our story.
Most of the time I do like the washing up, the washing, the cleaning, like everyday chores. Sometimes I'll help my mum get dressed.
By being there, giving her hugs.
These children are Kookaburra kids. Because of their living circumstances, they're 50% more likely to develop a mental illness.
Many of these children are actually caring for their parents, and a lot of them are what we would identify as hidden carers. They're living in often neglect, isolation, very little support.
We have study groups. You have a booklet and you talk about what conditions a relative has and how you can deal with it.
I remember one boy who said that he keeps the book underneath his bed, and that when times get tough at home or when mum's having a bit of a difficult time and he feels scared, he goes and gets the book out again and reads through some of the activities that are in there, the things that we talked about, and he uses that to help him. Even if he doesn't apply any of the activities, he finds just having the book to read over calms him and helps him feel that he can cope better with the situation.
But camp isn't all about learning, it's also about respite for the young carers.
We often notice that mealtime is a really important time to pick up on issues for kids. Some kids who don't get access to food at home will really gorge on their food here and eat to the point that they're really sick and unwell. Other kids won't touch food. Some kids who are in high school don't know how to use a knife and fork. Some kids don't know how to actually feed themselves. Some kids have never even seen the fruit and veggies that we have here for them. We've had stories of kids who've had their parents lunge at them with knives or talk to them as if they're totally different people, or talk to them about things that are not actually happening in the real world, and that's a really frightening experience for kids.
For most kids, their first experience with police is actually really negative because we're the ones that are coming in a situation like an emergency or crisis where mum and dad are having to be removed by police, and so for them it's they see us in that light and it's very hard to break that down. So that's where camp is a fantastic opportunity to break down that barrier that I guess is built up between us and them, and that we can show them that we're real people, that we care for them, we're going to support them, and that we can have lots of fun with them on camp.
We have an amazing group of volunteers. They just astound me, and they keep coming to every camp. We have clinical psychologists, we have police, teachers, nurses, community members, paramedics, firemen. It's just incredible.
Camp's fantastic. I guess you can only explain it as being just a fantastic weekend for the kids and also for all of the leaders. The leaders just get so much from it as well.
If we can give them some little light of hope in their lives, then we feel that we've achieved something.
A little light of hope for kids like 12-year-old Rose. Her mother's paralysed from the neck down, and her father's depression means he's often unable to care for her and her 7-year-old sister.
Before, like I was sleeping on my mum and dad's floor because I was like worried about them. But I get scared of what's going to happen. I tend to worry heaps.
For 14-year-old Jessica, a weekend at camp provides a brief break from a life full of fear.
I guess it's the feeling of coming home every day from school and not knowing what you're going to find, like whether I'm going to come home and I'm going to still have a family and still going to have my family members there for me.
Many of the Kookaburra kids readily admit to living with another fear, the fear of losing a parent to suicide, like 14-year-old Benjamin.
Painful, depressing. A lot of people would probably be rather than dead than they experience it every day.
And every day for young Liam is another day when he wishes Dad wasn't mentally ill.
He's got a job at the moment, yeah, and So he comes home from work, sleeps, and we see him at dinner, and then he goes back to bed.
What would you wish for your mum and dad if you could have the wish?
For him not to have bipolar.